Because obviously Mysterio's whole thing is changing what we see, changing reality. So the question, what is reality? Mysterio says it's easy to fool people who are already fooling themselves. And then George Orwell, the very concept of objective truth is fading out of the world.
Yeah.
I want you to explain that line, but also, why don't people think things like that? Like,
because we don't think. So the majority of humanity, as far as I can tell from my little place here where I am, is content to let other people tell them, what does this mean? We are no longer interested as a species in reasoning for ourselves, in analyzing things for ourselves.
People are just willing to tell me what to think about this type of thing.
Yes. Yeah. And so it's honestly terrifying to me, because we as a species think that we know the truth when, you know, we've gone through our feed and now I know the truth. And so we are content to allow our reality to be shaped by these people that we follow on TikTok or Instagram or whatever. Yeah. That gives so much power to these influencers. Who are they? Like, everything Mysterio is doing is happening to us in real time. Every single time you get on your phone and you scroll and you read somebody's idea about something that you haven't researched, and you're like, oh, okay, I accept that. You are in that Mysterio reality shaping chamber thing, whatever it was.
That's something I try to stress in my English class. Research, like going and looking for things. Anyway,
but the response from a lot of students is, why do I need to do research? They already did it for me. It's right here in my feed.
There was a quote from Christopher Nolan recently I saw. He said most information's not on the internet, and people are like, what do you like? Obviously the mindset, like, what are you talking about? Internet has so many things. But he used the example, if you go to a library and find a book on a subject, those pages are not on the internet, that type of thing. There's so much information that exists, but not available instantly.
And so when we read, I don't know, something on your favorite news site, that's not information. That is somebody's interpretation of an event that happened or an idea that somebody had. That is what is going on every time you get on Instagram, every time you get on TikTok, and you let somebody else tell you what to think. So welcome to Mysterio's playground.
Okay, I have a question. Don't mean to point this out to all our listeners, but you're older than I am.
Yes.
So therefore, you've gone through more years than I have.
And I have less of a sense of humor. Yes.
When you were younger, were people more curious? Like to look up things, research things? Because you were just saying how right now we don't care to do research our own. We want to be told what to think. Was there a time where it was different?
I don't think that humanity's general intellectual laziness is a new thing. I guess I would say that we formed more of our own opinions. And if I didn't have the research about it, I didn't think about it or didn't care about it. And that's another thing I think that we have left behind at this point. I don't think that we have the option of not caring anymore. If you are on one of the social media platforms, you give up the opportunity to not care about whatever it is that the Mysterios of the world think you should care about right now. If you get all of your information from social media, you never know who is feeding that to you. Unless you are trained rhetorically, unless you are a critical thinker and you actively assess what's being given to you, we have surrendered our ability to create or assess reality to other people, to influencers, to people that just look good in underwear or whatever. Why are those the people that you're allowing to create your reality? They don't have any credentials. They don't have any reason for you to, other than they look good or they're funny or
they have
whatever.
Just the number of followers.
Sure, or they have a lot of followers.
I think that idea is super powerful. Like, Mysterio is a comic book character in this movie.
Yeah.
But in real life, Mysterio looks like social media. Anyway.
Pick your influencer.
Right.
That's Mysterio.
That's awesome.
And he's doing to you what Mysterio did to Spider-Man in this movie.
And not even just maybe one person. It might just be...
Right, it's the collective.
The funnel of... Like, if you go on Twitter, which is now X, we build an echo chamber around us where it's like, I want to follow people who share things I think, but then you're not seeing what the opposing people see, because then you get mad. Like, why is this random stranger saying something I just that don't agree with, whatever. So that's also, it's not just maybe one individual, it's the algorithm that builds that around us.
Absolutely. Because I think we don't realize that your feed is algorithmically tuned to what you click.
Yeah.
You are not getting the whole picture.
Yeah.
You are not even getting a good percentage of the picture. The AI's tailoring what it gives you to what you have clicked on before.
Yeah.
So here's a very simple way to start combating the Mysterio or whatever. Is on any issue, whatever comes up in your feed, go find the people that disagree with that. And just read a little bit of their reasons. That's it. Just do that.
Yeah.
And that'll start your transition into being able to think critically about the reality that you live in. I believe there are objective realities. There are things that are true no matter what.
Yeah.
But we're, like I said earlier, at the point where those objective realities are filtered behind layer after layer after layer of interpretation. So you need to start becoming able to peel those layers back to get to what is the actual truth.
I took a class in college for History 101. The first lesson of that class was you can't trust history books, which was a new idea to me at the time. It's like, oh, this is a book about this thing. Why wouldn't I trust it? It's not like Joe Blow on the internet.